Humanity once painted its story across a canvas of vibrant chaos. The hum of crowded streets, the symphony of laughter echoing from schoolyards, the rush of millions of lives intersecting, creating a beautiful, relentless rhythm. That was the world we knew, a world teeming with the promise of tomorrow, born from the energy of today. But listen closely now. Can you hear it? The silence. It's growing, creeping into the spaces once filled with noise and life. The pulse of our planet is slowing down. All around the world, birth rates are not just dipping, they are plummeting. The once bustling maternity wards in our hospitals are becoming quieter, their corridors echoing with an unsettling emptiness. Schools that were once built to accommodate a growing generation are now closing their doors. Nations from the economic powerhouses of the East to the historic heartlands of the West are facing a new, unprecedented reality. They are aging, and they are aging faster than ever before. This isn't just a headline or a statistic on a chart. It's a profound global shift that is happening right before our eyes. We've given it a name, the global baby crisis. But calling it a crisis might be missing the point. It suggests a problem that needs a simple solution, a temporary downturn we can reverse with the right policies or incentives. What if it's something far more fundamental? What if this isn't just a demographic issue, a temporary blip in our long history? What if we are witnessing an evolutionary shift in real time, a turning point that could redefine the very essence of what it means to be human, reshaping our future in ways we are only just beginning to comprehend? This isn't about the end of humanity, but perhaps the beginning of something entirely different. Let's trace our steps back. In our relentless pursuit of progress, we embarked on a grand bargain. We traded the raw, untamed rhythms of nature for the structured, ambitious pulse of civilization. We built towering cities that scraped the sky, metropolises that never slept, fueled by dreams and endless cups of coffee. We engineered machines that could work tirelessly, outperforming us in strength and stamina, freeing us from the manual labor that had defined our existence for millennia. In doing so, we constructed lifestyles that were meticulously planned, optimized for efficiency and achievement, leaving precious little room for the spontaneous, messy, beautiful chaos of new life. This modern world brought with it incredible advancements. It empowered women, breaking down centuries-old barriers and opening doors to education, careers, and self-determination. It challenged and redefined traditional notions of gender and family, creating a spectrum of identities and relationships. It championed the concept of individual choice, liberating us from the rigid expectations of the past. But every revolution has its unintended consequences. In this new landscape of freedom and ambition, the act of reproduction, once a biological imperative, became optional. For many, it became inconvenient, a disruption to a carefully curated life plan. For some, it even felt unnecessary in a world offering so many other paths to fulfillment. Now, as the natural drive to procreate wanes, our ingenuity is kicking into overdrive. We are on the cusp of a new era, one where we don't just create life, we design it. Welcome to the age of technological procreation. Artificial intelligence can now analyze vast data sets to predict fertility with astonishing accuracy, offering windows of opportunity that were once left to chance. Advanced robotics are being developed to simulate care, to nurture and protect, performing tasks that were once the exclusive domain of human hands and hearts. We stand at the threshold of creating artificial wombs, vessels of glass and steel, that could one day carry life from conception to birth, completely detached from the human body. With every new breakthrough, the line between biology and technology, between humanity and the machines we've created, becomes increasingly blurred. We are not just augmenting our lives, we are starting to rewrite the fundamental code of our existence. The consequences of this shift are already beginning to ripple through our societies. Projections show that by the year 2050, a significant milestone will be crossed. For the first time in the recorded history of our species, the old will outnumber the young. More than half of the world's population will be over the age of 40. Think about that. a world where the wisdom of experience vastly outweighs the energy of youth. This demographic inversion isn't just a numbers game. It's a force that will profoundly reshape every facet of our world. Our economies, built on a model of constant growth fueled by an expanding workforce and consumer base, will face an existential challenge. Who will drive innovation? Who will fill the jobs? Who will pay the taxes needed to support a rapidly growing elderly population? Our cultures, which have always been energized by the rebellion, creativity, and passions of the young, will transform. What happens to music, to art, to fashion, when the primary cultural drivers are in their 50s, 60s, and 70s? Even our emotional landscape may change. Will a world with fewer children be a world with less spontaneity, less playfulness, less unconditional love? This imbalance changes everything, from the way our cities are designed to the very way we feel. For centuries, when we thought of evolution, we pictured a physical process: apes standing upright, brains growing larger, bodies adapting to new environments over millions of years. We believed it was a slow, biological march driven by survival of the fittest. But perhaps we were looking in the wrong place. The evolution happening now is not in our bones or our DNA, not in the traditional sense at least. It is social, it is technological, it is cultural. We are not dying out in the face of a predator or a changing climate. We are consciously and subconsciously choosing to transform into something new. We've spent generations building a world that prioritizes the individual over the collective, the mind over the body. And now we are becoming the living embodiment of that world. This isn't a dystopian future we're heading towards. It's just a different one. It's a future that might be quieter, more orderly, more predictable. We are witnessing the birth of a new kind of humanity, one that merges its biological origins with its technological creations. A humanity where the chaotic, emotional, and unpredictable nature of traditional life gives way to something more logical, more efficient, more designed. Perhaps humanity isn't fading away into obsolescence. Perhaps it is simply evolving. Evolving into a future defined not by the cries of newborns, but by the hum of servers. A future of silence, of logic, and of intricate, deliberate design. The next chapter of the human story is being written, and it may not be what any of us expected. Omnia Universe, beyond the obvious. Thank you for watching. If this exploration of our potential future sparked your curiosity, make sure to subscribe and join our community of forward thinkers.